Green Arrow villain.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about
I don't know. But yeah, he was in the Arrow series. Not
Really?
Yeah.
And he's still pretty cut and all that?
He doing this shit.
All right. I can see that happening. If they can get him back in.
He's not too old, man.
I mean, because technically, Todd McFarlane never really gave a age limit to Simmons at all.
Yeah.
So
does he need one? He's not even gonna be looking human.
At some point, he really not. Hell, you can have James Earl Jones do that voice. It really doesn't matter.
The Spawn movie would be great.
Yeah.
Just have a buff guy in a suit.
Coming back on that, I was hearing people talk about a potential Deadpool movie again.
They've been talking about that forever, dude.
Now, mind you, they were saying the only way the movie's gonna work is if Showtime or HBO
the series
takes it.
You think you're thinking about a series?
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
Because the thing is, you gotta have him kill people.
See, but the thing is, here's the biggest problem to all of that.
It could happen though.
And this is the biggest problem that everything is owned by Fox.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's owned by Fox. So no other production company is gonna get their hands on it unless Fox is like, all right, we're gonna let go of the X-Men and the entire franchise. It's just
since
the only one.
So they don't have Deadpool.
Yes, they do.
Right?
Yeah, they do.
They do.
They introduced.
They
them
did
the
Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine.
They're the ones that introduced them. They have that character. Yeah. But the thing is, the only characters that have made that transition is Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Them the only
and that's only because those characters
were in the Avengers.
Yeah.
That's how they.
So it's
that
like.
Loophole. Unless Fox does some devious shit and be like, yo, Scarlet Witch over here. You can't have her.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, until Fox stops making money on these movies, they're never going to let them go. Because Fox is just, it's a money, those franchises hemorrhage money whenever they come out. They're assholes. They're assholes.
Making money.
Yeah.
They're feeding their children.
Lives.
They're family people also.
And that's one of the main reasons why I can't stand it, because they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want to these characters, and because for them it's not about
that spray paint Quicksilver they got.
Yeah, exactly. Oh god, dude, I saw that picture.
The
that was
pictures
so
that came
horrible.
out.
I ain't seen that.
Oh my god, it's horrible, dude.
Literally, they just came and.
Yeah.
It was great, man.
That's horrible, and that's the problem, because as long as they're only making these movies for the money, no matter how good of a director it's going to be, it's not going to be the X-Men that we all know. It never will be. Just like with Spider-Man, it'll never be Spider-Man.
I don't know, man. This movie's looking potential. It's looking good.
Man.
Amazing.
It's still the same. They're still built, but they're still building off the same story that was in the Amazing Spider-Man. You know, that
I
story
wouldn't fill with that story.
Yeah.
Like cross-species thing, like
and
that.
the whole his parents being secret agents or something. It's just too much, man.
I think that was an actual part, like in the actual comic at one point. Like they were
at the very early comics, right?
No, not then. I mean, like it. Like
you would
give us such knowledge of the 700 issues.
Yeah, you would know if
like the only thing I remember, like they talked about it. His parents died in a plane crash, I think, in another country, and I think like at that point they were talking about that. Yeah, I think these were agents, or I think they reconned that because I don't know whatever happened at that time period. People must have been like raised the hell about like no, they ain't no damn agents.
Yeah, because they never went very deep into Peter's parents ever, and so these movies are. And actually, what the parents did before Peter was born, according to these movies, were hugely important.
Yeah.
And so
like,
it's like,
what is it? I think this latest one is like they worked with Shield.
Yeah.
Super shit.
Yeah. So it's just I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, as movies by themselves,
can they do that though?
What?
Can the Spider-Man franchise talk about Shield?
No, they cannot.
Because that's
owned
Marvel.
by Marvel. Yeah. or by Paramount, Marvel, whatever you want to call them.
If Sam Jack ain't in it, they can't do nothing.
Yeah, they can't do, and that's I hate that, man. I hate that none of them are willing to work with each other.
I know,
it just pisses me off.
They can make so much.
And that's how you know. That's how you know those movie studios aren't there for the fans. They're just there to be like,
to make
all
some
right,
money.
let's make a Fantastic Four with a female Von
Think
Doom.
about it. If they're making this amount of money, and they're making this amount of money,
who says they're making this amount of money though?
I don't even know. I didn't get.
Because like, look at this. This is like the age of information, the electronic age. Most of these things, by the time they put it out, it's already on the internet.
Yeah. But they can project how much money they're going to make on something.
Yeah.
They can make projections.
If people actually go and buy the ticket.
Yeah. If people actually go and buy it. But the thing is, I don't know. But that's how it seems like to me. Whenever it comes down to Sony and Fox, they just don't care. As long as it's going to make them money somehow, they'll do whatever they want to these movies and whatever they want to the characters. They're just going to be like, here, this is Spider-Man. Here, this is X-Men.
There you go.
I got this awesome director for this. Love it.
This Fantastic Four.
Yeah, this is my Fantastic Four. I just, oh my God. I just can't. Yeah. It's too much, man. It's just too much.
Well,
it is.
At least Marvel's getting their shit together.
Yeah. At least Marvel's doing it right.
You know, whatever character they have, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. Oh man, I can tell you, whenever they come out with that Doctor Strange, that's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, that should be good.
That is gonna be good.
Yeah, at least they're out of the ball. DC, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
DC folks.
I mean, they started to do it a little better.
What?
They get there. What? They get there.
Batman, Superman, what? Nothing else.
You gotta start off somewhere.
No,
that's why that's why so many goddamn characters in their movie. They want to see how they take these characters.
I really think they should just go ahead and redo that Green Lantern.
They should. Let's talk about
but how do you make them
see, the Green Lantern wasn't. I don't know. I didn't hate the Green Lantern.
It wasn't as bad as people.
Well, the only thing I hated was the damn suit. The damn suit looked retarded. The suit looked so stupid. And then the main bad guy. Yeah, it was just like, what the...
Who was that?
I didn't see the movies.
Hammond something rather. He's actually a villain in the comic book. He's got a big ass head and shit. But
the leader? The fuck?
no, not Sinestro.
Yeah, I know.
The other guy. And then that whole Sinestro reveal at the end, I thought that was fucking badass.
It was.
But it's just, man, that damn suit and...
Well, I mean, I guess you have to deal with that since, like, most of it is CGI and it is space. And how do you make them fly around in these suits? And the suits do glow.
They do glow. So you know what turned me off?
Design.
You know what turned me off? I actually didn't think the suit was that bad. It was the damn eye mask that would come on. That was just kind of weird to me.
I mean, but that's a staple of him. Not everybody had it. But.
Well, I mean, but they could have. Why couldn't they go with practical effects rather than CGI-ing it? They could have gone with practical effects on that one. That was just kind of weird. But I mean, as a movie though, I mean, introducing that entire universe wasn't all that bad. It wasn't all that bad at all.
It was gonna start something. Start the space. So.
It would have expanded the universe to no ends, but no, they had to screw the pooch somehow. So let's see what they do. I don't know. DC is like I don't know, man. I think the problem with DC is that here you have a company that has been in the movie business for a very long time and has never had a truly successful. Yeah. So, you know, they're just, I don't know.
Kind of hesitant.
They don't want to take that risk.
Yeah.
They kind of hesitant.
Man, how about that? They better just throw out Wonder Woman. What they got to lose?
Yeah. Well, that's
money.
Money.
Marvel too. Whatever. Look at that. They throwing out a talking raccoon with a machine gun.
Do shit right.
Well, I mean, and I think that's why they're doing the Batman Superman thing, where they're
that's
just kind of. I honestly
think
think that's just gonna be a cameo. Like she's not even gonna be a major part.
Okay, here's the thing about it. It's called Batman Superman. Why in the world are they fighting each other?
Because that's the way Batman and Superman always come together at first. They beat the fuck out of each other. Every single time, dude. Every origin story that you have Batman and Superman meeting up, they beat the shit out of each other.
Justice League
They
War.
always
fight
do.
each other.
Yeah. I mean, even the most popular one, The Dark Knight Returns, oh man, that was a bloodfest.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, and it always settles the argument. Who would
Who's
win?
better, yeah.
Who's a better superhero?
It's
And
always
Batman,
Batman.
always kicks his ass
It's always Batman.
every single time.
Somewhere towards the end, Batman's like, "I found you."
Yep. Boom.
Gravestone.
Gotcha.
You know, he shoves it in his mouth and then continues
Like
to
you
pummel.
been there.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
You know, because at the end of the day, Superman's nothing more than a brawler, dude. He's not trained in anything.
I
So,
don't think people realize that.
yeah,
they don't
exactly.
realize that.
Batman's the only
Just-
really
Hell,
skilled
you should
one.
realize it after you saw the Superman movie. If you saw Man of Steel,
Oh man.
Yeah.
that girl whooped his ass.
Oh,
Whooped
did
his
she
ass.
not though?
All over the city.
All
I was
over,
like,
dude.
That is the
Like,
best.
he was a bad stepchild.
She was like
Yeah.
the best supervillain sidekick
Damn.
ever.
Yeah, that was some intense shit.
Yeah.
They destroyed that whole goddamn
She
city.
made the movie.
They
she
did.
made the movie for
They
me. I don't
did.
care.
They destroyed that whole
Yeah.
goddamn city.
And she was hot, man.
She
was
made the
hot.
movie because she did what she was supposed to do. She was the sidekick.
Yep.
She whooped the ass.
Yep.
And she's best. She's the best fighter out of everybody in the damn
Yeah.
Oh
movie.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
only reason she lost is because she was just like
that mask thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
Otherwise, she beat
Yeah,
the
she beat
living
the hell-
tar
yeah.
out of
Oh, hell
Superman,
yeah.
dude.
fucking all over the place.
She did
Oh
even
my
beat that
God.
what that robot dude that was with her or whatever.
Yeah.
That big Fuck that.
Yeah.
nigga.
Yeah,
fuck
He
it.
was brawling just
Whatever.
like Superman.
Yeah. But her, she
She actually
had
had a
skills.
fighting style. She wasn't just
Yeah.
like, yo, street fight. Hey.
Yeah, and see,
Throwing
and,
my hand- oh
and
my
that's
God,
why
that's
Batman will
always been
always
hilarious
kick
to me.
Superman's ass. Batman is skilled in everything.
Basically.
Everything. So,
Yeah.
as long as you can get Superman down to Batman's level, Batman will beat the fuck out of him
Oh, yeah.
every single
Oh,
time.
yeah. That green light.
Yeah.
But
Green
he's
Stone.
Superman. You know,
Kryptonite.
he doesn't need to know how to fight. He's
Yeah.
just strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
he
he's
just-
just strong.
he's just lazy
That's the only
guy.
He
thing
doesn't
he's
need
got.
to, he doesn't need to know how to do a thing.
Yeah,
He can just
he's just
freeze you.
strong as fuck. Yeah, he could melt your face off if he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, these comics.
All
We're
right,
not
back
talking
to the
about those
going.
ever, so we're done for the day. Thanks.
Well, the only reason I'm talking about the movie is because there wasn't that much that came out.
It really was. That's why I started.
It was kinda
looking.
sparse.
That
Well,
was-
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Man, that was the day. You talking about last week?
Last week.
Well, all right.
All right,
Well,
so what
I'll
did
talk
you
about
read,
it.
Trey?
No, forget
New
that.
War-
We're gonna talk about Punisher.
New Warriors
Punisher.
came out.
New
It
Warriors.
was great.
All New Warriors. Yeah.
They're it's weird. They're cross because it's supposed to be an ultimate.
No, it's not.
No,
Shut
it's
up.
not an
Lie.
ultimate. I'm sorry, but they do have ultimate characters.
They
Yeah.
don't. The
Spider-Man?
Salem people? No, they don't. Spider-Man wasn't even introduced.
Huh?
In All New Warriors. Did you read the actual All New Warriors issue 1? Spider-Man was not mentioned once.
What are you talking about?
He wasn't mentioned.
What are you talking about?
I know what I'm
What are
talking
you talking about?
about. Because it was like, they were talking about Speedball. Who
Yeah.
else? The other guy, that other person, and that one other person. And
Yeah,
so what was that?
all four of them people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they were in Salem, and the Salem
It was
apparently
good,
the city
nonetheless.
is like
I liked it. It
a
was,
It was
good.
place
good.
of magic,
It was good.
and the
nonetheless.
Salem
So-
Seven are the children of the devil. And
So this is all taking place in the canon universe, right? The
yeah,
main universe.
because they still remember when they said they was like
Yeah, they talked
New
about
Warriors.
the
you associate it with
New Warriors fucked up Connecticut and whatever.
Stanford, Connecticut,
Stanford,
yep.
All right.
you will associate that name with that all the time.
All right. So what else did you read?
Punisher issue 2.
I didn't read Punisher. All right,
I
talk
read
about
it.
Punisher.
I'm
All right,
talking
talk
about
about
it
it.
too. Alright, so here it is. So Punisher, now, as we talked last time, you said
Right.
you just pretty much throw him in there. And so I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be another honky-dory story, whatever.
Mhm.
So they still getting into the meat of it. You know, I didn't think I mentioned that last time. He's fighting like I guess either a cartel or like just a regular like gang
Okay.
or something like that. And
Alright.
they have this power. They have like this weapon, I guess, that's been getting around like the police stuff. You know, they're doing their thing, you know, doing their whatever cartels fucking do. Anyway, Frank's like, yeah, you know, Frank. So
Right.
there. Anywho,
He's killing people left.
yeah,
and right.
he's doing his job and all that.
Yeah.
I think like one, he found a coyote. But that's, I don't know.
Coyote ugly?
No, he found a coyote. he found a coyote. Apparently, coyote was like a big part of the story.
He found all these women dancing on bars.
Yeah. No, he like, I don't know. After he went out like on his last trip or whatever to wherever the fuck he went, because he fought in the cartel.
Right.
All that. So he found a coyote. You know, he's like, all right, dude. He's like, oh, injured. I'm gonna take care of you. Yada yada. And then he called his boy. Was like, "Yo, watch this for me while I go take care of some business." Since you know he's still out there chasing the cartel and stuff. Right. Then they flash back to like, well, not flashback. They showed the. Actually, that's later. He goes to the bar because the freak was a bar, and he also I think.
So he found a coyote.
No.
At the bar.
No, he it's like a very small place. You know?
Okay.
Like a dive.
It's like,
all right.
So the coyote was across the street from the bar.
He was out in the motherfucking desert.
He found a dive bar out in the desert.
Anywho, there's
right.
nothing but it. He interacts with this owner of the bar, this old man, and this lady cop. She's always there. Also, she just casual conversation between the guys, you know. But Frank being Frank, you know, not really talkative. So like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And she just sits there and talk about sometimes her job and stuff. You know, she's essentially working on the same thing, the cartel.
Yeah.
Since that's what the police are doing. And talking about like they got some weapon or something, and it's been like the cartel's been using, don't know what it is exactly, and it's messing up with the police. So then she's like, all right, back off to work since you got called off.
Yeah.
And Frank goes to his war machine van, whatever. His van.
In the desert.
Murder van.
His murder van.
His murder van, whatever you want to call
it.
Right,
that works.
Yeah.
That works.
And he picks up the police dispatch and, you know, finds they're fighting somewhere near this warehouse or something like that. And they show, like, the battle of, like, the police, like, it's 2 or 3 squad cars there. And it's, like, maybe 3 or 4 police.
Okay.
And they're, you know, fighting against the cartel or something. And then, like, the cartel's doing something weird. There's, like, this electric or, like, lightning kind of strikes or something.
Electro?
And they're fighting them. No. And they were fighting. It was like, how do we fight this? We don't know. Da, da, da. And then Frank comes in, the murder vehicle, roll up, saves the cops, but he, you know, he has this disguise, so you can't recognize the face. Since like the lady cop, she's there also.
Yeah.
And takes out the couple of the cartel members, and then like some of them run off, and he's like, all right, go chase him. He tells them, you know, whatever, I got this, call for backup, that dude's been shot, because one of the officers was down. So, and then he's going to chase them, car chase.
Murder van.
Okay, yeah, murder van. Yeah. And then like an electric bolt strikes his vehicle, I think, or like, yeah. Was it? Or did he jack one of the other cars? I don't know.
Electro.
Yeah, essentially electro.
Thor's
So it's
there.
electro.
Yeah.
Okay.
The weapon was electro.
Cool.
Oh.
Electro is there.
Oh,
So
that's
they brought a
interesting.
super
Into
villain essentially
the
to
Punisher
the
comic.
Punisher
Cool.
world.
That's cool.
That
That
Punisher
works.
Spider-Man team up.
No,
After that
Spider-Man's
Goblin-
nowhere.
after that Goblin
The fuck
Nation.
out of here.
After
You'll be like,
Goblin
aren't you
Nation.
supposed to be in Goblin Nation?
No, that's
Wait a
not
minute.
happening.
But it didn't. I thought the whole relationship between Punisher and Spider-Man kind of shaky,
It is shaky.
It is shaky.
right?
But he has also fought in Electro before. And the fact that Electro somehow has ties to this cartel in Los Angeles, the other side of the fucking, you know, states.
God damn.
You know, he had to lead, man.
Yeah, because Spider-Man
beating
whooping the
that
fuck
ass.
out of him.
Yeah, he did time-
Not
Something
only
to beat
that,
that
like
ass.
after what was it? Superior Spider-Man. Wasn't Electro a part of it where he had to like skip town or some shit because Spider-Man was just whipping that ass too much?
Yeah, he did that shit.
Yeah, and like Superior Spider-Man, like he had cleared New York completely.
Oh, of
Yeah.
all the villains and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know,
yeah,
he
yeah,
was
So
a
that would make
savage
sense
Spider-Man.
that they're like,
Yeah.
that would make sense.
Yeah,
That, you know,
and
he
then,
would
like,
skip
you know-
town and shit.
But I thought it was interesting because, like, before I thought it was just gonna be like, you know, regular
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a regular
fighting.
Yeah,
Now he
regular,
about to
you
fight
know,
a villain.
But now he's
Yeah.
fighting an actual super
villain.
Not
That'd
just
be
a
pretty
villain.
badass.
Super villain. So it brought this new
And this
whole
came-
element too.
This came right on the heels of the
So
actual...
we confirmed it now. Punisher's gonna be an Amazing Spider-Man 2.
That has nothing to do with it.
Here it goes.
No. But it's also weird
Back
because
to
like
these
the
movies.
people that were chasing him also, in the first one that they were mentioning, they spotted the scene at like the shootout or whatnot. And I think they're on their way to go either out there to go get Frank, or they're gonna go back to their base and get some more recon or something.
All right.
So it's gonna go for a while. I think it's the whole first arc, maybe like 5 or 4 issues. I'm not sure, but
that'd be cool though.
it's definitely added a new element that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah,
for sure.
That would definitely be cool because whenever you think of Punisher,
Yeah,
you really don't expect
That's
them to go up
mob
against anyone
all day.
Yeah,
every day. But then you threw in Electro, and I was like, oh,
all right,
I wasn't ready for that one.
no problem.
That sparked my interest a little bit more. Before I was just gonna glance through it.
Yeah, and
hey,
because most of the Punisher books that I have read, it's always just been like him versus a drug cartel or some sort of syndicate of some sort.
Yeah, and there's no
adding
real
in the whole super villains, that'd be pretty badass.
Because the only time he's ever really crossed him is when he did like team ups with other people.
Yeah, exactly. And then every time he did a team up, he just seemed out of place.
Right.
Because essentially, what is he? He's just a dude with a lot of guns.
Yeah.
That's
what
it, dude. He's got. They did try to give him like a supernatural edge a long ass time ago. You remember that? You remember Marvel
like
Knights?
The agent of angels or something?
Yeah, exactly. You remember that? Yeah.
Because they brought that up in the books. That's why I remember.
Everyone tries to forget that.
Yeah, and the whole Franken-Castle thing.
Right, they tried that.
We don't do that.
It's good to forget all that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
Frank had some rough patches.
Where his books weren't selling so great.
Yeah. Since I'm tied in that, I might as well talking to, since you brought that up, Thunderbolts.
Alright, Thunderbolts. Alright.
Thunderbolts 22's. Last issue, they basically made a deal with Mephisto to get out of hell.
Really?
Because originally General Ross wanted Mephisto to take Mercy, because Mercy is just too damn powerful. What the fuck are you even doing? And he went down there just like, alright, but Mephisto wasn't in control.
Right.
So he went down there. He's like, all right, why don't you sign this contract? I'll do whatever you need me to do. Da, da, da. And he had like the leader essentially go over it, of what the contract details were and everything.
Yeah.
And the person they had to take out was the new leader of Hell, which was Strong Guy. Right. Which is an X Factor, one of the old
I
people.
remember
Yeah. And they were wondering, what the fuck you doing down here? You're not really a bad guy. And he was like, well, I lost... I think he said, like, I lost my soul. I'm down here so I can help somebody. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm doing it. And then, that's why him and General Ross are essentially fighting.
Really?
While everybody else was like, they were doing their own thing. Like, Ghost Rider, Venom, Deadpool. They're fighting the other million people in hell to get to him. So, and then they do that. And then, Ross is like, all right, well, work a deal out with you, man. I got to, get you out of this situation, help you out if I can.
Right.
Just give up so we can get him into power and get this other worst thing down here, essentially. Yeah. So they do that. And they get the agreed terms of what happens on the contract.
See, that's interesting, man, because, like the Marvel's version of hell is like, you really don't got to do much to get down there.
It was pretty weird. And they was talking about, like, I don't know, because... meanwhile, while that was happening down there, Mercy had found Frank and Elektra, since they didn't go with Ghost Rider them to hell.
Really?
Yeah. Because Frank didn't want any part of it, and then Ghost Rider essentially fucked up the spell.
Right.
And that's how they got there in the first place.
Alright, so who's this new Ghost Rider? You seen that?
I don't know, because that's not the Ghost Rider in there. This Ghost Rider is still Johnny.
It's the original.
Yeah, this is Johnny.
So what is this whole new... He's like in a hot rod.
Yeah, he's in a car, and I don't know.
He's like got a helmet on and shit.
Who knows? It may work. I don't know, but I haven't checked that far. But
I've seen the advertisements for that, and I was like, so they're getting rid of Johnny? What's happening here?
Essentially, what happens is he's a part of the Thunderbolts now.
Oh, so they want someone to have their own series.
Yeah, since he's a part of the Thunderbolts.
So
they got Mercy down to like whatever hell was.
Yeah.
And royally fucked up what Mephisto wanted down there. And also, Deadpool got his little, what he wanted out of the contract, which was like apparently to go to heaven.
Really?
And for like a split minute. And he went through a portal, went there, and then like came back with like a feather. And I don't know. What's
he going to do with the feather?
I don't know. He had a feather. And then like I think after Mercy came down, she was like, Mercy, she essentially likes to help people die, essentially.
Yeah.
If she feels that negative, she's like, I do that. So she essentially did the way like some of the stuff that Mephisto like had backlog, because he's supposed to eventually find redemption or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, whatever, no. So he came through and she did that really fucked up thing, and then a couple of panels later, bunch of angels was flying out of that hole that Deadpool went through. So Deadpool did something really ridiculous on the other side.
Yeah.
And then Mephisto's like, what the hell do you people do?
Alright,
and he's like, I own all y'all. He's like, I own all. Like, when y'all get here, I'm taking all y'all souls. And then the leader's like, nope, that can't happen because of this.
Because what they signed.
Signing the contract. What we stated in the contract at this point, he's like, if we come down here, I essentially run hell.
Yeah.
So he doesn't run it anymore.
So who's gonna run hell?
Leader would run hell if he took their souls. So he was in a no-win situation.
Yeah.
And Mephisto was just like,
fuck.
yeah. But he didn't want to back down. He was like, I'm get y'all fuckers.
That sounds pretty badass.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty badass.
So they left, and then, at the same time, when Mercy disappeared and went to hell, she was hanging Frank up in the damn sky. Him and Elektra, like, all up in the fucking sky. Because she wanted to know where Ross was and the leader. Because, I don't know, she needed them. And after that happened, they fell from the sky, and Frank was like, I got your Elektra. He, like, basically covered it up. And then they fell. And they came back. They found him on the couch. He was literally just, like, fucked up. He was laying on the ground, like... his arms was all over. He was like bleeding all over. Deadpool said stupid comment. He was like, "Fuck you." And then he still had that feather, and he touched him with the feather, and the feather revived Frank.
Hold on, wait. Where's his feather?
And you know why?
Yeah. Wow.
Where's his
and
feather?
he was like, "Yo, what is this happening?" And he was basically like, "You don't want to know."
What's his feather? Hold on. They got a feather from the devil?
Does he have the feather
No,
from now on?
No, the feather disappeared after it healed Frank.
So somehow Deadpool somehow Wilson knew, right?
He didn't even know. And then after that...
Someone have to read the chapter to figure out what the fuck this feather.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave.
Okay. Yeah, and then that happened. So there was like, all right, well, since, everything's cleared up, Johnny was like, you mind if I stay on since... I really don't have anything else to do, and my whole thing is whole Spirit of Vengeance is about kicking out. I might as well just keep doing that.
Yeah.
It's like, we ain't no Avengers.
What issue is this on?
This is
22.
22. Which is supposed to come out on the 19th. It didn't.
Yeah. And essentially, Ghost Rider joins the Thunderbolts.
Alright.
They get rid of Mercy, pick up Ghost Rider. I'm like, cool.
When did the Hell story arc start?
It started back in January.
Like Thunderbolts 18 almost?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Because it's been about 4 issues in. Because they, it was right after the thing with whatever the fuck, I don't remember. Essentially, General Ross was like, we got to get Mercy out of here. And the only person that can do that is probably Mephisto. That's how that happened. Yeah. It's a really interesting arc. Yeah. Introduced Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider stay on, so I'm like,
And now they're gonna have that new Ghost Rider running around.
He have his own series.
The little boy with the
the little boy with the
Guys, I'm gonna interrupt. I'm just with IT. I'm looking for a device.
Cool.
Oh,
no, bro.
Yeah.
So,
they're behind these doors.
No, I don't know.
Avengers World 3?
Avengers, no, I didn't.
I haven't read that.
It was good. I skipped 2. I don't know how I missed 2.
Yeah, you sure did. I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. But Avengers World 3 was alright. It was Sanji? Is that his name?
Sanji?
The fighter?
The one from Spider Island?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was fighting some dude. It's cool. It was fight. It was a
the
fight
one
issue.
The one that taught Peter Parker
some moves, yeah.
Spider food, whatever.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Spider food?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's weird. They don't touch on that anymore. I don't know why. That happened in Spider Island. He taught him kung fu, but they don't show speed. I guess since he's not even
he's not Peter. So.
Yeah,
but you would think he'd have access to his power.
True, unless he just accidentally took that memory.
But then
out.
again, it's an actor. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good issue. It was all fight. Just him fighting some dude. It was good.
Yeah.
What else did you read?
9/11 Deadpool 3. That issue was crazy to me. So, in the beginning of that issue, he was dealing with this group of crazy people, I think they were from 40 to 57 or some weird number. Mm-hmm. They wanted to go to this town and kill everybody. Mm-hmm. Like old ladies and women and men.
All right.
They just wanted to go kill them. So Deadpool was like, yeah, that's not about to happen. Mm-hmm. So he cut off all their heads and was like, hey, I just saved y'all lives. Basically.
Right.
But before this, he had got bit by a zombie.
Yeah.
Mind you, it healed. Mm-hmm. But later on in the issue, it hurt. He didn't know why it was hurting. Because he was like, it's healed. Fucking hurting.
Why is it hurting?
So he went to sleep. It was nighttime, so he went to sleep. When he was waking up, but he wasn't himself. He was like, why am I feeling like this? Why I feel like eating brains right now?
Huh.
So he was like, no, stop. I don't want to do this. And he just he walked up to this random girl and ate her, bit her in the neck or whatever.
Yeah.
So after a few minutes, it just started spreading throughout that whole place.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So he was like, damn, I fucked up. In his mind, he was like, I fucked up. I just killed everybody. And then seconds after, he starts upchucking. I guess his healing factor started spitting it out.
Yeah.
And then he was back to normal. And he was like, what the fuck? I just fucked up this whole place. And he didn't know why. So it was interesting.
It got bit by a zombie, and he got infected and checked it up.
Apparently, to him, he didn't think that was supposed to happen. I didn't think it could have happened.
Well, he can die technically. I mean, they show that in Battle of the Atom.
Wait, can he die? Well, but in Battle of the Atom, he was already really old. I would think his healing factor was the way it should have been.
It slows down over time.
Mm-hmm. Just
for Deadpool, don't know about Wolverine. I don't know how that shit works.
I don't know. I think
because I feel like his is wearing down too, but it's at a slower pace.
Yeah, because he's one of the originals.
Yeah,
him and Sabretooth, man, they'll live.
The
forever.
Sabretooth heal too. Mm-hmm. It's not as good as his though.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
It's just as good.
They're almost one and the same.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was a very weird. It was great. I love the issue. It was very weird how they went about that.
Huh. Well, talking about X-Men and healing factors, Amazing X-Men 4.
Yeah, Amazing. It was great. Yeah, it was so heartwarming.
Which one?
Amazing X-Men 4, which is the arc for Nightcrawler.
Oh, okay.
This issue was great.
Yeah, it was good, right?
So what
Wolverine wanted to give up. He was like, fuck this shit. We're not going to make it.
Really?
It was him and North Star?
Yeah. They were freezing cold.
I'm talking about North Star went around 3 times and didn't see shit for miles.
He's like, man, we ain't got nowhere.
For miles. He was just like, no, we got to do this.
Yeah.
And then at some point he was like,
I nope.
So he was just gonna.
And then he had a flashback.
He was like, if I stop, leave without me.
Yeah.
Then he had a flashback
about him and
Nightcrawler.
Back
he was like, no, I gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler might be out there.
Lo and behold. Wow.
Oh, no. Scratch that. Right before, a little blue Bamf appeared in his face. And then the Bamf smirked. And then Nightcrawler. Ooh. And they hugged. And it was
really.
He's like, I wish you.
He's like, you good? Yeah.
He's like, are you real? He's like, yeah, I'm real. Yeah. Kind of not. I'm still dead.
Yeah.
But it was perfect, man.
Wait,
I've never seen Wolverine that happy.
Really?
Yeah.
It showed a very sensitive side.
It was very sensitive.
Very savage.
He's like, my best friend is right there in front of me.
Damn.
It was good, man.
Yeah.
Cried a little.
I need to read that.
It's all good, man. From him and from the second issue, from him and Storm getting reunited, and then Beast and him getting reunited, and then Iceman was like, the fuck?
No, see the thing with Iceman, you skipped way over that about Firestar and Iceman, where she literally blew. She set hell on fire.
She set hell on fire. That shit was crazy.
To save Iceman,
to save Iceman, he was
dying,
melting.
Yeah.
Gone.
She was like, well, since he froze it over, fuck it, I'm blow
she was like, since he froze it over, I can burn this bitch on fire.
Yeah.
Done.
That was
really.
It was great, man.
And then Nightcrawler came in, saving time. Yo, I got you.
Yeah.
Then he rounded everybody up, and he was like, all right, you gonna take on my daddy? Pirates.
Yeah, let's go. I love this
God
arc.
damn it! Now
I love this arc.
Fuck me.
So great. Nightcrawler is such a good character.
Yeah.
So they're not in heaven. Right.
Well, they gonna bring him back. Somehow they gonna bring him back.
That man staying.
You don't think so? He
What,
gonna stay. So you think he gonna just run?
He's gonna do what his
the afterlife? Apparently?
Maybe. That's
Hold on. So his father right now rules over
hell.
Purgatory?
Yes, somewhat of a purgatory.
All right.
It's not hell because
it's not hell.
It's not in hell, and it's not heaven.
It's
though.
Weird.
It's that weird middle.
It's like a middle ground.
Between heaven and hell.
Passage between whatever. Yeah. But he wants to eventually take over.
But that's the universe Nightcrawler usually passes through whenever he's teleporting, though, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't know about that. I don't know
because I thought that's where he was stuck because all the Bamps are there.
Yeah.
And they don't jump in between.
Apparently, the Bamps were created. From a random...
Yeah, just some random stuff in hell.
Yeah.
And then, Azael adopted them, and then they started taking, his, appearance. They were just, they
started
taking
because of the blood.
Found, the blood. Yeah, he gave him this blood to eat.
Azael
and then
gave
they
him
just
blood to
started
eat,
transforming into, them little furry things.
The red
and then,
Bamps.
the red ones. And then Nightcrawler found them, and he was like...
He changed them somehow.
Yeah, he made a promise to them that was better than the one that Azael had.
Yeah.
And they asked him what it was, and he was just like, y'all need to know.
Well, I'm asking because they're always in Wolverine and the X-Men. They're always at that.
Yeah,
that's how they found out because he told the Bamps to go to the house to tell them that I'm still alive somewhat.
Yeah, not really alive.
Just not really alive.
Just sort of alive.
Yeah. No, he's very much dead. They've established that.
He's dead.
Oh yeah, he's dead. Yeah, yeah, they established that.
But Nightcrawler is getting his own ongoing series.
Is it?
From what I've heard.
No, maybe.
That's
what this is all tying to.
Yeah, that's what it's all tying to.
Adventures in the Afterlife. I don't know.
Is he dead?
I don't know.
I guess
like I said,
everything that I've heard.
It may just be Adventures in the Afterlife.
That'd be kind of cool.
Because he is trying to go against his father again. They got the whole pirate thing going. Everybody's piratey. You didn't see that splash panel of all of them in pirate gear basically at the end.
Oh, it was cool. Man.
Dude, I was just yo, pirates. I didn't.
It looked cool as shit.
What?
I love the whole shit. I love it.
It looked just really awkward, especially Storm.
The archer, Storm was kind of weird. But I like the whole arc.
Everybody.
What are you talking about? Y'all talked about 22.
22, yeah.
Thunderbolts 22. Yeah. Anybody read Nova? No. It was good.
That's alright.
Okay.
I can't really remember much of it.
Well, I guess
that was one of the first ones I read.
I see.
It got wiped from all the other shit. Candy X-Men was good.
Okay, yeah.
What's happening in there?
It's weird. I don't know because it seemed like they took a whole skip from wherever 16 was. Because I believe 16 was the one with the girls' night out issue. The one where they went all the females just kind of went out, and then it was an immortal tie-in or inhuman tie-in, and then 17 came up, and then Magic just threw them.
Did somewhere. I read 16?
Did you?
I thought I did.
All right then.
Well, I mean they're having to mold around a little bit because of the Trials of Jean Grey, though, right?
Yeah, I mean
you would
it's
think,
different,
you would think not,
so I don't know exactly what truly is going.
So it's kind of in limbo at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they just did something right now with the the other members of the Uncanny X-Men, their members, not the original. And he had them do like some field training. He just sent like magic to send them out in like the middle of fucking Egypt. I don't know.
Well, no, weren't
it was
not,
like
they
in
were
Pennsylvania somewhere.
Whenever
they was in Pennsylvania.
I know, but that whole thing was created way back when, before AVX. I want to say I can't fucking shit. Who created that thing?
But it was in Pennsylvania. Anyway, they're fighting for their lives. It was like, yo, we don't know where we are, what's going on. This guy did this, stuff like that. And then this one guy, because I don't remember everybody in there, except for like the Australian.
This is the newer cat that has the technology. He can speak to robots.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, him. He had a cell phone. It was like, yo, you can't have that cell phone because, you know.
They can track us.
Yeah, like Scott said, they can track us through this. He was like, man, nah, what are you crazy? Whatnot. So they spend there a couple of, I guess, essentially 15 minutes, I guess, since that's what it said. And they were there fighting like these random monsters or whatnot that happened. Ava disappeared. I don't know where the fuck she went.
Yeah, she just like disappeared.
Then it was just like, oh, Ava, where you go? And she was like, yo, you know where I went. Don't tell nobody else.
Because one of the
Coco sisters,
read her mind. And she was like, "Hey,
like, bro,
shut
up. Don't worry, don't say nothing." Yada.
Yeah, just
and then, Shield came through.
No, I thought the Avengers. I thought that was the Avengers,
bro. It was Hawkeye, Black Widow, and Sam Jack. Shield.
Oh, it was. It was.
You know what? I've always wanted to ask that. How'd they fit Sam Jackson into the main canon?
In the movies?
No, well,
oh, you're talking about in the Marvel
universe?
I mean, like, it's not technically Sam Jack, but some point.
Well, I know, but
they switched
like
him.
Sam,
But how'd they switch Nick Fury over?
I don't
They just brought that out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was really...
Like, what happened to the white Nick Fury?
They started talking about it in that Avengers.
Yeah.
The one with Hawkeye and Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
They had talked about it, but I didn't read it. Because I
got a Wikipedia that. Because
I don't remember the name of the series.
Because originally...
No, it wasn't Uncanny.
Avengers what?
Because originally in the Ultimate Universe...
New Avengers? New Avengers.
Ultimate, whatchamacallit.
Yeah,
he was black.
He's black.
Yeah.
I don't know when this happened. Maybe it happened when they just started introducing Sam Jack in fucking movies.
And they got rid of the white Nick Fury.
He had died off.
Yeah, he had supposedly died.
He had supposedly died off.
The white Nick Fury?
The white Nick Fury.
I thought he went into like a secret shield.
Yeah,
that's what
the whole Nick Fury thing is weird. Trust me. I
don't know what the fuck's happening anymore.
Apparently he had died.
Yeah,
that's what I knew.
Man,
maybe he
if you really want to know about Nick, you can do that.
I'm gonna have to figure this
out.
So
yeah, Sam Jack.
But yeah, I think the series is New Avengers. I want to say it's New Avengers,
right?
With Hawkeye and Black Widow, and they were supposed to be just doing random missions. That's when they introduced the black one,
the black Nick Fury.
So,
okay, well, like I said, Shield got there, and it was like, yo, just come with us, tell what Scott is, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And then it was like, yo, how you found us, da da da, shit like that.
Yeah.
Nothing really interesting happened. Then Magic comes in and teleports him out.
Yeah.
And then
now the end of the issue.
The thing was, Scott approached the old tech romancing motherfucker.
Yeah.
He was like, you messed up. What did you do? You took that cell phone out there after I told you not to, and they tracked y'all.
Yeah.
They found you in 15 minutes of wherever you were when you used that cell phone. So essentially,
he was like,
compromised all
use your powers. Now they know what you can do.
Yeah. As opposed to like hiding it so they know.
Yeah, secret. Yeah. So yeah, using it.
I got it. So the black Nick Fury is white Nick Fury's African American son. It's his boy.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Whatever.
Who like the ultimate version of Nick Fury looks like Sam Jack.
All right.
Just happen to look like something?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that's Nick Fury Jr.
All right.
That's who that is.
Artificial baby.
All right.
Yeah.
Illegitimate son, apparently.
Speaking of which, go read illegitimate.
All right. Now that makes sense to me now.
We'll get back to the story. I don't know where you left off.
All right.
Essentially, they cut the Techromancer.
Yeah, they cut him out. Right. He was like, no, you're not cut out for this.
Yeah, he was like, yep, you're done. He was like, bro, what do you mean?
He's like, magic, send him out.
Bow.
Send him home.
And back on those steps. And he was
so
like,
they come, that comes with stuff after that. Like, is he gonna go?
Yeah, at least some
work
questions.
with
What does he
Shield?
do? Does he tell
Is he
them
gonna
Papa
go
Hana? Does
with
he,
the original X?
does he just-
the X-Men?
He ain't about to do nothing.
Is he gonna
sit there?
Is he gonna go with Magneto?
Maybe.
Because we still ain't.
we
They
don't
still
know
haven't
what's
came
gonna
out
happen
with
with
Magneto
Magneto.
yet.
What about
Yeah.
the Inhumans? No.
You gonna go with the Inhumans? No.
No, he can't. He's a mutant.
Yeah, he's a mutant.
Which is essentially almost the same thing.
But yeah, that was a good series too. I mean, that was
Yeah.
good. What else? Missed something? No,
Fables.
I didn't read Fables.
I did.
Okay.
Geppetto. My boy Geppetto.
Geppetto.
Yeah.